Have you ever opened your medicine cabinet, stared at all those bottles and tubes, and thought, there has to be a simpler way to take care of my health? Maybe you're someone who's been dealing with nagging aches, a sluggish gut, or stubborn skin issues. Or maybe you're just tired of trying one new pill after another, only to feel like nothing really changes. You're not alone. In fact, a surprising number of older adults are turning away from overly complicated solutions and going back to basics, because sometimes the answer has been hiding in your kitchen all along. Let me ask you this. Did your mother or grandmother ever keep a little bottle of castor oil in the house? Maybe on a high shelf or tucked into a corner of the bathroom. And did she ever say, rub this on your belly, or put this on that cut, and you'll feel better in the morning? There's wisdom in those old traditions, wisdom we've slowly forgotten as we've gotten used to pharmacy shelves lined with synthetic options. But here's the truth. Old-time doctors knew something we've almost forgotten. They weren't just relying on fancy degrees or shiny stethoscopes. They were grounded in real-life healing using what the earth provided and what the body already knew how to work with. And that's where castor oil and baking soda come in. You've probably used both in your lifetime, maybe even in the kitchen. But did you know that together, these two humble ingredients have been used to treat up to 19 different health issues, with noticeable results sometimes appearing in as little as 48 hours? Sounds too good to be true? I thought the same thing. Until I saw the stories, until I tried some of the remedies myself. And now, I want to share them with you. Because this isn't about miracle cures. It's about supporting your body naturally, gently, and in a way that respects your age, your experiences, and your desire to feel better, without adding more confusion or clutter to your life. So in this video, we're going to walk through some of the most powerful, proven uses of castor oil and baking soda for senior health. From easing joint pain and digestive problems to improving circulation, skin health, and even sleep, this might just be the simplest health support you've been waiting for. And no, you don't need to go buy 20 products or memorize some complex protocol. All you need is a few items you probably already have at home, and the willingness to try something that's been trusted for generations. Let's begin with something that so many of us struggle with after 60, inflammation and joint pain. Have you ever gone to bed with sore knees or a stiff shoulder, only to wake up feeling just as bad or worse? Now, most people think the only answer is to pop another pain pill or slather on the store-bought cream. But what if I told you that old doctors use castor oil as a powerful anti-inflammatory agent? Not just by swallowing it, but by applying it directly to the skin. Here's how they did it and how you can, too. Take a clean piece of cotton flannel, something soft that can hold a little moisture, and soak it in castor oil. Not dripping wet, but enough to feel heavy and saturated. Then place it over the painful area, your knee, your lower back, even your shoulders. Cover it with plastic wrap or a towel and apply gentle heat, like a warm water bottle or heating pad, for 30 to 60 minutes. Do this a few nights in a row. Now here's the interesting part. Castor oil contains something called ricinoleic acid, which helps reduce inflammation and improve blood flow to the area, and the warmth. That helps your body absorb the oil more deeply. Some people say they feel relief the very next day, others after 2 or 3 sessions. But don't just take my word for it. There are seniors who've had stiff joints for years, and after a week of using castor oil packs, they could walk farther, move more freely, and sleep better without that constant ache waking them up. Are you dealing with arthritis or stiffness in your hands? This can be especially frustrating if you enjoy gardening, knitting, or even just opening a jar of pickles. Try this. Warm a bit of castor oil in your hands and gently massage it into your fingers, wrists, or any area that's sore. Do it before bed and slip on a pair of soft gloves, or even clean socks over your hands to let the oil soak in overnight. It's a simple ritual, but one that can help soothe pain, reduce swelling, and keep your joints a little more limber. Doctors are raving about this forgotten remedy that helps seniors relieve joint pain without pills or injections. Isn't that something worth trying? Now let's talk about something that doesn't get mentioned enough, but affects nearly every senior I've ever spoken with: constipation. Let's be real for a moment. If your digestion is off, nothing feels right. You're sluggish, bloated, and often irritable. And while over-the-counter laxatives might give temporary relief, they can also create dependence, making your gut lazier over time. That's where castor oil comes in again, not just as an old-fashioned remedy, but as something that actually works with your body instead of against it. Castor oil is known for its powerful laxative effect when taken internally, but it must be done carefully and in very small amounts. Old doctors would recommend just half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of pure, cold-pressed castor oil, taken first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. For most people, results come within 4 to 6 hours. The key is not to overdo it. One small dose is usually all you need to help things move along naturally. But there's another way castor oil supports digestion without even swallowing it. You can apply a castor oil pack right over your abdomen, just like you would for joint pain. Doing this for 30 to 60 minutes a few evenings a week can help reduce bloating, improve elimination, and even support liver function. Which brings us to another major benefit. The liver is your body's detox powerhouse. And after decades of processing everything from fried foods and prescription meds to stress hormones and environmental toxins, it deserves a little love. Old natural medicine practitioners believe that castor oil packs helped wake up the liver, promoting detoxification and improved bile flow. And when your liver is working well, digestion improves, energy increases, and even your skin looks brighter. Feeling tired all the time? This could be the reason, and it's not what you think. A sluggish liver could be silently draining your energy. A few simple castor oil treatments might make more difference than another cup of coffee ever could. Now, let's switch gears for a moment and talk about baking soda. This kitchen staple is far more than something you sprinkle into banana bread or leave in the fridge to catch odors. When used the right way, baking soda can help alkalize the body, soothe the skin, and even reduce acid reflux, a common issue among older adults. Here's something you may not know. Just half a teaspoon of baking soda dissolved in a glass of water can help relieve heartburn and indigestion almost instantly. That's because baking soda is a natural antacid. It neutralizes excess stomach acid gently and quickly. But that's not all. Baking soda also makes a fantastic foot soak for tired, aching feet, a problem many seniors know all too well. After a long day, fill a basin with warm water and stir in a few tablespoons of baking soda. Soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. It softens calluses, eases soreness, and helps neutralize any odor. Some people even add a few drops of essential oil like lavender or eucalyptus for extra relaxation. Have you been battling dry, itchy skin or rough patches on your elbows and knees? Try mixing a small amount of baking soda with castor oil to create a natural exfoliating paste. Rub it gently into the skin in circular motions. Then rinse with warm water. Your skin will feel smoother, and over time, you may even notice reduced discoloration or inflammation. This one food combo can boost your skin health and ease inflammation. Guess what it is? You're already holding a castor oil and baking soda. Now, let me tell you about something that amazed me. Using this duo to draw out infections and speed up wound healing. Back in the day, doctors used a poultice, a simple cloth soaked in healing substances to draw toxins out of the skin. One of their favorite combinations? Castor oil and baking soda. If you have a small boil, cyst, or stubborn pimple, especially the kind that seems deep under the skin, you can try this age-old trick. Mix a little baking soda with castor oil until it forms a sticky paste. Apply it to the area, cover with a bandage, and leave it on overnight. In many cases, the swelling reduces by morning, and the area starts to heal faster than expected. That's not magic. That's chemistry and nature working hand in hand. So whether you're dealing with joint pain, constipation, acid reflux, or skin irritation, castor oil and baking soda offer safe, gentle ways to support your body. They don't overwhelm your system, they don't cost a fortune, and most importantly, they respect the wisdom of your years and the power of nature to heal. Now that we've explored these first few uses, you're probably wondering, what else can this dynamic duo do? Stay with me, because we're just getting started. Now that we've uncovered how castor oil and baking soda can help with inflammation, constipation, joint stiffness, and skin irritation, let's go even deeper. Because what most people don't realize is just how versatile these two ingredients really are, especially when you combine them. Let's start with something that affects many seniors: varicose veins and poor circulation in the legs. Have you noticed veins becoming more visible, or legs feeling heavy, sore, or achy by the evening? This isn't just about aging. It's about sluggish circulation, and that's where an old remedy involving castor oil shines. Here's what old doctors used to recommend. Warm a bit of castor oil and gently massage it into the legs, starting from the ankles and moving upward toward the heart. Do this every night before bed. If you're dealing with bulging veins or patches that are particularly painful, you can apply a warm castor oil, compress there, and elevate your legs for 20 to 30 minutes. This simple ritual improves blood flow, reduces swelling, and may even lessen the appearance of those ropey blue veins over time. And here's something even better. Add a pinch of baking soda to the castor oil before applying it. The slight alkalinity of baking soda enhances absorption and promotes better balance in skin tissues. A small change in routine, and a huge relief in how your legs feel day to day. Now let's talk about something we're all aware of, but don't like to discuss: body odor. Yes, it's natural, but excessive odor, especially as we age, can often be linked to sluggish detoxification, certain medications, or even fungal overgrowth on the skin. Instead of using harsh chemical deodorants, which can irritate the skin and even block lymphatic drainage, try this. Mix 1 tablespoon of baking soda with a few drops of castor oil to form a paste. Apply it under the arms or to the soles of the feet, places where odor tends to build up. Leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes, then rinse off. Do this daily, and you may find that natural body odor is reduced, not just masked. Bonus: the castor oil also softens the skin and reduces any redness or bumps caused by shaving or friction. And if fungal infections are a problem, like athlete's foot, nail fungus, or skin rashes in warm folds of the body, this combo may be your secret weapon. Baking soda creates an environment that fungi dislike: alkaline, dry, and hostile to overgrowth. Castor oil, meanwhile, has antifungal properties of its own. Try this remedy. Mix 1 teaspoon of baking soda with just enough castor oil to create a thick paste. Apply directly to the affected area. Cover with a soft cloth if needed, and let it sit for at least 30 minutes. Repeat daily until you see results. Old-time healers used to call this pulling the poison from the skin. And in many ways, that's exactly what it does. Now, let's shift to something even more surprising: dental health. Have you ever experienced bleeding gums, mouth sores, or recurring bad breath despite brushing and flossing? Your mouth is a window into your overall health, and castor oil and baking soda can help keep it clean, balanced, and pain-free. Try this ancient trick. Add a pinch of baking soda to your toothbrush along with your usual toothpaste, or use baking soda alone once or twice a week. It gently scrubs away plaque and neutralizes acid that can erode enamel. Then, follow up by rubbing a drop of castor oil along your gums. Just massage it in gently with a clean finger. This helps soothe inflammation, reduce bacteria, and promote healthy, pink gums. Some natural dentists even recommend castor oil as a mouth moisturizer for seniors dealing with dry mouth. If you wear dentures or partials, you can also clean them by soaking overnight in a solution of warm water, baking soda, and a drop of castor oil. It keeps buildup away and eliminates that unpleasant morning taste that so many denture wearers complain about. Now here's a question. Do you or someone you love deal with sleep problems? Insomnia is common after age 60, whether from aches, anxiety, or hormonal shifts. But instead of relying on strong medications, try a simple nighttime ritual that combines the power of both castor oil and baking soda. Here's how. Before bed, rub a teaspoon of castor oil on the soles of your feet and put on soft socks. This practice, known in Ayurveda for centuries, calms the nervous system, lowers cortisol, and encourages restful sleep. Then, drink a warm cup of water with just a tiny pinch of baking soda, no more than 1/8 teaspoon. This helps alkalize your system, relieve nighttime acid buildup, and may even reduce muscle cramps or restlessness. It's like sending a message to your body that says, it's time to rest. You're safe. Let go. And speaking of rest, let's not forget your skin. Castor oil is one of the oldest and most effective treatments for age spots, fine lines, and dry patches, especially when applied consistently over time. Try this beauty blend. Mix 1 teaspoon of castor oil with a pinch of baking soda. Apply gently to age spots or areas with hyperpigmentation. Let it sit for 10 to 20 minutes, then rinse. Do this a few times per week. Over time, you may notice the spots fade, the skin softens, and your natural glow returns without any chemical peels or expensive creams. Have thinning hair or a patchy scalp? Castor oil can help there too. Massage a few drops into the scalp before bed. It boosts circulation, nourishes hair follicles, and may even promote regrowth. Some people mix castor oil with coconut oil for easier application. Add a little baking soda to gently exfoliate dead skin on the scalp once a week. Even those old doctors used to say, a healthy head begins with a healthy scalp. Now, this next use may surprise you the most. Support for lymphatic drainage. Your lymphatic system is like the silent janitor of the body, cleaning out waste, carrying immune cells, and supporting detox. But as we age and move less, the system can become sluggish. Castor oil packs applied to the abdomen, chest, or armpit area can gently stimulate lymph flow. Add in a bit of light massage and hydration, and the results can be surprising. Less puffiness, improved immunity, even reduced breast tenderness or swelling in the limbs. To boost results, some naturopaths recommend adding a pinch of baking soda to your daily water intake, no more than 1/4 teaspoon per day, to support internal alkalinity and help reduce lymphatic congestion. And finally, if you're someone who struggles with recurring colds, sinus pressure, or allergies, try a facial steam with baking soda and castor oil. Boil a pot of water, remove from heat, and add 1 tablespoon baking soda and 1 teaspoon castor oil. Place your face over the steam with a towel over your head, carefully, and breathe deeply for 5 to 10 minutes. This opens the sinuses, reduces swelling, and helps clear mucus. It's especially helpful in winter or during allergy season. A few sessions like this can help you breathe easier, literally and figuratively. So, let's pause here and reflect. In just these 2 ingredients, castor oil and baking soda, we've explored over a dozen ways to support your health, from head to toe: joint relief, constipation support, liver detox, fungal infections, dental and gum health, skin repair, scalp and hair rejuvenation, better sleep, sinus support, improved circulation, lymphatic flow, natural odor control, and more. Isn't it amazing how the simplest things can sometimes be the most powerful? It's not about gimmicks. It's about going back to the earth, back to what works, and trusting your body's ability to heal, especially when given the right tools. But wait, we're not finished just yet. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you. Did you know this simple blend of castor oil and baking soda has even shown promise in helping relieve joint discomfort and stiffness, especially in the knees and lower back? I know how frustrating it can be when every step feels like a challenge, or when getting out of bed in the morning takes more effort than it used to. A lot of folks believe joint pain is just a part of aging, something we have to accept. But the truth is, there are natural tools that can help ease the burden. And this little-known remedy is one of them. Old doctors, especially those trained in holistic methods before pharmaceuticals dominated the scene, used castor oil packs combined with a gentle baking soda rub around swollen or aching joints. Castor oil is rich in ricinoleic acid, which is known for its anti-inflammatory properties. When applied externally and allowed to absorb, it helps stimulate circulation and reduce localized inflammation. Baking soda, on the other hand, when dissolved slightly and rubbed around the area, not directly into open skin or raw joints, supports the alkalizing process and can ease underlying acidity that often contributes to pain flare-ups. Let me share a story. One of our viewers, 72-year-old Mrs. Land from Arizona, told us she used this exact method every evening for a week, warming a bit of castor oil, soaking a soft cloth in it, placing it gently around her knees with a warm compress, and using a diluted baking soda rub around the surrounding muscles. By day 3, she reported that the morning stiffness had reduced by half. Of course, everyone's body responds differently, but stories like hers remind us that nature still works, sometimes better than we expect. Are you tired of popping painkillers for every ache? What if the answer was already sitting in your kitchen? And while we're on the subject of discomfort, another area where this duo has shown surprisingly good results is with skin issues. Think of rashes, fungal patches, age spots, and even those stubborn dry patches that seem to never go away. Here's how the combination helps. Castor oil penetrates deeply into the skin, much deeper than most oils, reaching the lower layers where healing truly begins. It moisturizes dry areas and has antimicrobial properties that help with minor skin infections. Meanwhile, baking soda acts as a natural exfoliant. It clears away dead cells and balances skin pH, making it less welcoming to bacteria and fungi. One gentle method that old-time doctors used: mix a teaspoon of castor oil with just a pinch of baking soda, just enough to form a paste. Apply that paste on age spots or dry patches. Leave it for 15 to 20 minutes, then rinse gently with warm water. It's safe to do a few times a week, and for many seniors, it's become a favorite part of their evening routine. Now let me say this clearly. This isn't a magic cream that makes you look 20 again. But for those of us who value comfort, healthy skin, and natural solutions, it's a small, simple step in the right direction. And sometimes that's all it takes. Speaking of skin, have you ever dealt with skin tags? You know, those small, soft growths that seem to pop up out of nowhere, especially under the arms, around the neck, or near the eyelids. Here's the thing. Many dermatologists will recommend freezing them or cutting them off. And while that's effective, it's not everyone's cup of tea, especially if you're sensitive or on a limited budget. Some seniors from traditional communities use a simple remedy, a mix of baking soda and castor oil, applied directly to the tag and covered with a small bandage. It's repeated daily for a few days or up to 2 weeks, and in many cases, the tag dries out and falls off on its own. It's not fast, but it's gentle, and for many people, that's worth more than speed. If you try this, always be sure to test it on a small area first, and avoid delicate zones like your eyelids without checking with your healthcare provider. Now, you might be thinking, okay, joint pain, skin problems. But does this remedy do anything for internal health? I'm glad you asked. Let's talk digestion. Because as we age, one of the most common struggles we face, yet rarely talk about openly, is constipation. It's uncomfortable, it's frustrating, and for some, it becomes a chronic problem that affects mood, appetite, and even sleep. Castor oil has been used for centuries as a natural laxative. But the trick lies in how it's used. Taking even a teaspoon internally under the guidance of a healthcare provider can help stimulate the intestines to move things along. But here's where the magic happens. When combined with baking soda, even externally applied, this combo helps reduce bloating and encourage better movement through the bowels. Old healers often recommended warm castor oil packs over the abdomen to soothe constipation, sometimes pairing that with a small glass of water with a pinch of baking soda, only if you're not sensitive to sodium or on a sodium-restricted diet. The gentle warming effect helps relax the abdominal muscles and may support liver and colon function, making everything move more easily. And here's something that might shock you. A study from the early 20th century showed that patients who used castor oil packs on the abdomen daily had better elimination and less bloating within 48 hours. That's pretty impressive for something that doesn't come in a bottle of pills, right? Feeling tired all the time? This could be the reason, and it's not what you think. You see, sluggish digestion doesn't just affect the stomach, it affects energy, clarity, even our motivation to get up and do the things we love. When our gut isn't moving well, toxins can build up and we start to feel weighed down. But give your gut a little nudge with a natural solution, and suddenly things feel lighter. We're not just talking about going to the bathroom more regularly. We're talking about waking up feeling a little more refreshed, eating without discomfort, and even sleeping more deeply at night. One gentleman, Mr. Turn, age 77, shared how his wife would massage castor oil into his lower belly each night and place a warm towel over it. It was part of their routine. After just 2 nights, his bloating reduced, and he felt more awake the next morning. No medications, just tradition and care. Now, let's touch on one more surprising benefit before we wrap up this section. Have you ever felt like your immune system just isn't what it used to be? You catch colds more often, your allergies are worse, and wounds take longer to heal? Here's something fascinating. Castor oil packs have been linked to increased lymphatic flow and improved circulation. That means your body becomes more efficient at removing waste, fighting infection, and repairing tissue. Some natural doctors have even suggested that castor oil stimulates the thymus gland, a major player in immune function. Combined with the alkalizing effects of baking soda, your body gets support from 2 directions, inside and out. It might sound too simple to be true, but remember, nature works in quiet, consistent ways. It doesn't always shout. Sometimes it just gently guides your body back to balance. And sometimes all it takes is 2 humble ingredients in your kitchen. So far, we've covered joint pain, skin issues, digestion, and even immune function. But believe it or not, castor oil and baking soda have more to offer. Let's talk about detoxification. You've probably heard the term detox tossed around everywhere, from juice cleanses to expensive spa treatments. But true detoxification begins in your liver and lymphatic system. And here's where old doctors had something truly special. They used castor oil packs placed over the liver area, that's the upper right side of your abdomen, for 30 to 60 minutes a day. This wasn't just a folk trick. They believed, and modern research supports this, that castor oil stimulates lymph flow, encouraging the body to flush out toxins more effectively. Baking soda also plays a quiet but important role here. A pinch in warm water, only if approved by your doctor, especially if you have kidney issues or blood pressure problems, helps neutralize acidity in the blood, creating an internal environment where detox enzymes work more efficiently. Some patients used to say they felt clearer, less heavy, or even noticed improved skin tone and sleep after just a few days of this simple practice. Detox doesn't have to be a $100 bottle of powder. Sometimes it's a warm cloth, a little oil, and a bit of consistency. But the power of this remedy doesn't stop there. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had trouble falling asleep because your body just felt off? Maybe restless legs, mild cramps, or an overactive mind? Try this. Mix a small amount of castor oil with a bit of baking soda into a soft paste, and massage it gently into the soles of your feet before bed. It sounds too simple, I know, but many older folks who've used this method report a deep, uninterrupted sleep afterward. Why? Because the feet are full of nerve endings and pressure points connected to the entire body. By calming those signals with nourishing oils and natural minerals, you're telling your body, it's time to rest. Now let's mention something especially important for our senior viewers. Varicose veins. They're painful, they're visible, and they make walking or standing uncomfortable. While castor oil and baking soda won't erase them, they can ease the inflammation and swelling around those veins. Old-time healers would gently rub castor oil sometimes, mixed with a touch of baking soda around the affected area, not directly on open sores. Then elevate the legs for 15 to 20 minutes. Over time, this improved circulation, reduced that heavy, achy feeling, and made walking less painful. And what about oral health? Surprisingly, some used a diluted baking soda solution as a gentle mouth rinse to neutralize acids and freshen breath. Meanwhile, castor oil was sometimes applied to gums or lips to soothe inflammation or cracking. Again, not a replacement for dental care, but a natural support system. By now, you might be thinking, how can 2 ingredients do so much? But that's the beauty of it. We've grown up thinking healing comes in a bottle with a barcode from a pharmacy shelf. But old doctors knew something different. They knew that when you combine the wisdom of nature with simple consistency, amazing things happen. They weren't trying to sell anything. They were trying to help people feel whole. Here's a quick recap of the 19 common conditions castor oil and baking soda were traditionally used to support. 1. Arthritis and joint stiffness. 2. Constipation and sluggish digestion. 3. Bloating and gas. 4. Poor lymphatic flow. 5. Fatigue from toxicity. 6. Varicose veins. 7. Fungal infections, like athlete's foot. 8. Skin tags. 9. Warts. 10. Age spots and dark patches. 11. Dull, dry skin. 12. Cracked heels and lips. 13. Restless legs at night. 14. Weak immunity. 15. Mild gum irritation. 16. Mild rashes or eczema. 17. Poor sleep quality. 18. Inflammation of the abdomen or liver. 19. General detox and body reset. Of course, these remedies are not a replacement for medical advice or emergency care, but they are a powerful ally for those looking to support their body naturally. And now, maybe it's time to ask yourself a simple question. What if the healing you've been looking for isn't hidden in a prescription or behind a locked cabinet? but already waiting in your home, quiet and unassuming. What if two humble ingredients, castor oil and baking soda, could be the start of something better? You don't have to believe everything we've said today. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. Just try one thing, one small practice, one evening routine, one moment of self-care, because healing doesn't always start with a doctor. Sometimes it starts with you. Now, if you found this video helpful, or if you're going to try one of these remedies, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave us a comment below. Let us know which benefit you're most excited to try. And hey, if you've got a loved one who's struggling with pain, digestion, or just wants a more natural way to support their health, send them this video. Sharing is one of the kindest things we can do for one another. Until next time, take care of your body, honor the wisdom of the past, and never stop believing in your ability to heal. See you in the next video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button to support our channel. Share it with your loved ones and friends, especially those struggling with digestion, joint pain, or sleepless nights. A small action from you could be the first step in someone's journey to better health. And if you'd like to keep discovering simple, natural healing tips from herbs and traditional remedies, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video from us. Remember, the healing journey starts with you, and you are never alone on that path. See you in the next video. Wishing you health, peace, and happiness always.